when you think about what a Bard does, it kind of puts someone in stasis, which kind of sucks for the Akali. Akali and Ambessa want to be leveraging the...
Note, Paris getting deep vision. Relech is on his way, but just spotting out this blue take that's now concluded. Lospo is thinking about a face check as well, but SamD holds all for the Scuttle Crab that now spawns at 255, which means we get a little bit more early action. Razork gets whomped for half his HP. Relech is now out of cooldowns.
Oh, this is very scary though.
Paris is going to look for the engage first, finds it nice onto Razork. Relech is kind of isolated in the 1v2. Flag and drag, a Scuttle does go down in the end. Relech looking for the follow-up as well. Razork in a bit more trouble if there's a further engage, but Paris won't take that edge, and Vladdy was ready. Lane for Navi is still being held under control. I will say, no one's really mentioned it, is nice not to see lane swaps. I got pretty sick of them pretty fast. You know, this like 3, 4, 5 minute swap, I mean, towards 8, towards the grubs. It's so nice not to see, as you might even see a solo kill. Let's add one into that. The all-out's going to be popped. Emperor some good kiting, but that W true damage is immense. Under turret, the flip out not even needed. Manta with first blood on his 3rd game in a row of Cassante.
Emperos holds onto the flash throughout the entirety of that skirmish, drops the ignite, but that is an easy first blood for Manta as he solo kills Emperos in the top lane.
There's a reason this guy's just getting his first big Cassante again. It's clean stuff, and now will not commit the summoner. Didn't have enough damage, he knew it, but Manta now down a flash.
The magic resistance on Manta. Upset, he's going to be denied this wave. That bot side jungle is very scary.
Relech is caught in the middle of it. There, the ulti dodged away from flash over the wall as well. Relech still in a thick of trouble. Flag and Dragon now with the TP. Hang on a minute. Hang on, Poby. Tries to get over the wall. He misses the shuriken flip. He flashes eventually. Fixes the mistake, but...
Dragon off. Relech has now arrived. SamD wants to push out that wave, but Upset's already rotated over. There should be a Dragon for Fnatic.
But it is a collapse. TP's now initiated. Dragon in, but Fnatic not out. Great engage set up by Relech on the back end as well. Cataclysm comes in late, but Fnatic are in the burning pool right now. And all that from Manta on the right side of your screen, while Lospa narrowly avoids collision. Navi come out with 2 and a...
Everything going the way of Navi is the accrue 2 point. I genuinely, you can never tell with pro teams what they do with Herald. It's easier to play for bots because top tower, I mean, that's just gone, right? Manta's been putting so much pressure.
It is dead indeed. Turret's burning down slowly. Manta's just waiting for it to go down. He doesn't care for now. Emfrost dodges away from that, and Topho strike with the all-out comes out. The setup for the fire is down, but wait for the W. Flash away. Great flash. Now Maintenance in so much trouble. The setup, the help, Relech to save the day. Ain't a 1v1 anymore with Navi's jungler coming to claim.
Oh, bot lane though. Paris is going to face check.
And he's going to go to his detriment, I guess. Lospa trying to find him. Cataclysm over the wall. Quickness as well. There's no W to get him out. Bit of shielding. Poby's there. Hang on. Waiting for the flag. And Paris is just trying to kite it out. Razork, gets him midway, and so does Lospa. That's a kill over to the cow.
It ends up being a trade. I see the Rift Herald gliding towards mid lane. Going to be used on that mid tower.
Behind.
I think they're going to secure this objective, so it's 2 towers.
After casting him last year in EMEA Masters a few times, I said Manta the whole year.
Vision. Yeah, you look at some of these items on the side of Navi, and I mean, yeah, they've got quite the wallets to back up their fighting power.
Lospa's like, okay, I'm going to slowly creep up. Jungle just back. Razork went home. And Fnatic might go home early as well. 3K, 2K, Baron is gone. What a sneak from Navi. It interests me, Vetty, because they're going on mid, they're going on bot. Yeah, then they start crushing in.
We've often seen that in this meta, 1 Baron usually isn't enough to end the game. It definitely can be, depending on the match state, but primarily they're used to break these tier 2 towers.
Good flash. Let's now on an ulti. Razork gets it engaged. Flag and Dragon on Paris, but right into the chains of corruption. He's by himself isolated. Cataclysm out. All out back in. Manta says no. Now Lospa's caught out here as well with a great re-engage from Paris. He'll be shielded up and be just fine. Sladdy's in full lethal tempo mode, but Manta's scared. Rather wants to make them scared. Fnatic lost their jungler, and it's a bit whoopsie here as that Baron now gets more use.
I mean, Manta plays that fight perfectly. The moment that Razork goes in, flash EQ combo, and then Manta just says, no, I'm going to turn my attention towards your entire backline, 3 members, and he draws their focus. And he says, go on, try and fight me. And then as Razork tries to get out by using the ultimate, he drags him back into his team. Beautifully played by Manta. I feel like teams really need to start taking away this Cassante from this man.
Where is the damage? Oh my god! He's stepping up the upset. And I'm just waiting. Where's the white bit? Okay, it's gone. Now his health bar's showing. As Roulette steps up in his own right onto Emperos in the mid lane. Razork here to help out, but his Cataclysm is down. A bit of an emote spam, and I would too. Navi are walking over Fnatic with ease. 7.2k gold lead, and it is not slowing down, however clinical and calm it may be. This is one of the best games. I think this is the best game of LEC I've seen so far.
Wow.
The macro word I got to use, and it's got to finish, Fetty.
The way in which Navi has converted their lane leads into the
depending on how this weekend pans out, rather. And again, it would be such an impressive start. Now, Glazing session is over. For the time being, Dragon has been taken. Paris not caught out by Razork setting up his engage, but 3 Dragons with a Hextech Soul on the horizon in 5 minutes of time. Yeah. I was just watching Upset
and
wham into it before.
Upset has not yet completed LDR.
No. So, we wait. Ulti, perfect. Onto Vladdy. Paris to follow up, even more exceptional. Kobe tries to get on in, and Shuriken Flip does the job. There's a perfect execution as well, and all guns blazing here for Navi. Lost Bassoon to go, and even over the wall, he flashes away and almost drops down. But there's Sam D! The sniper from Korea enters, and Navi have done the dirty work, taking 2 more down. The base charge has begun.
Navi don't waste any time. They find a beautiful fight. They find a pick onto Vladdy, one of the biggest wave clear members of Fnatic. And with that, that is the go signal. Sam D popping off as Poby.
He might be in trouble. Flash forward. Nice from Upset. Good pick with the equalizer. Finally, Fnatic gets something in this game, it feels like. But it is only 1 for now. Navi disengage and retreat. They're going to look for their next fighter.
So that is a 4-item Varus with, of course, the boots.
Yep.
And like, just start the Baron. I love it. I love to see it. Put that pressure onto Fnatic. You can turn and force, and Manta keeping the jungler out of the pit.
Like, where's the damage going to come through? Paris even not taking that much from Razork here as well. Keeping them aside those. Chain Corruption from afar. Look at the damage again. Sam D not even nearby. Razork dies mid-flag and drag. Again, those Qs are coming out, but Navi taking a bit more damage than you'd expect. Poby is in the middle of this. Shuriken Flip out. Perfect execution. Flag drag flashed on as well, and Navi need to think twice. Poby still low. The big one hits him from afar. Vladdy sends Roulette packing, and a small mistake here as Sam D gets a trade, but Fnatic looks for another, and he's going to die. Mid-Zonias is the survival here from Emperos. No one else to follow up. Fnatic are a little bit low, otherwise maybe the Baron will be started, but the game ain't over yet. This Manta is coming in for the flank. Emperos is the low health target. The level 17 Cassante makes sure that Fnatic are not going to base right here.
A good fight from Fnatic that really comes off the back of the GA from Razork. By starting the Baron, yes, you do buy a lot of time, but I think their decision to turn was a mistake because Roulette doesn't connect his ultimates. And the fact that he took a decent amount and that indecisiveness cost.
It's those comms issues maybe was being talked about before in the pre-game interview. But Navi, the game's not over yet.
He's far away.
Is indeed. Sam D on the back of the pit as well is not going to help out. This is Hextech Soul for Navi. They need this to cement the game and stop this potential of a comeback from springing to their mind. Slowly being done down as Vladdy now joining the fight as well. As you said, Poby has to walk a long way at 3k. The fight looks to be starting off. The Dragon's going to go down and goes in Fnatic's way. The hotspot begins as well. Roulette gets an angle on the back of the pit, but he's burning down. He's now dead. Vladdy's ulti as well. Navi have been thrown.
Enough time to find a good fight. And against the odds, they're back in this game.
It was an 8.5k gold lead, now slithering down to less than 1,000 once this Baron goes down. Been taken away. The game is still going to continue, but Soul has been delayed. 3.5 minutes till the next opportunity. Fnatic are now breaking down this structure mid. Poby sitting in top, so there's not going to be a contest. No fight here for Navi, at least this time around. And gold is now just about even with the...
When you think about the whole spectrum, compared to Azir Corki, the ability to melt your front line is much more favorable for Fnatic as they pick themselves up.
In a turret defense now begins. Roulette is on an angle, but he's being spotted out by Control Ward in that Baylight. Equalizer comes down again, and that just zones out Sam D. Losper takes some damage. Upset as well. Still, Sam D hurts, and maybe with the follow-up from Relech, they can do a bit of damage, but the all-out separates Razork. Meanwhile, Losper's having a front line because Poby looking for an angle, so is Paris. Re-engaged, but Razork is out on the wing. Empress at half HP. Poby flashes forward. Shuriken Flip has connected. Out of the stasis, he will follow. No! Out of a cooldown as well as Razork. Not down, but Mainta flashes forward to finish it off. Empress is now down. Hexgate taken. This fight ain't over yet.
Navi fighting back as Upset looks for
Poby,
Poby.
One auto took him out. Upset with another auto. Flushed away from Sandy from the hail of arrows. Again, that Q onto Razork. Not as much damage as before. Razork still up with the GA, but a close fight in the end.
Oh my goodness, I feel like the Collector did...
In River as well, it's going to scry out to see Sam D. Fnatic run down mid with the inside track. Inner turret is going to be dropping down here, there's no doubt. It's just about what Navi can get off the back end of it as well. One plate left standing with bloody damage on turrets alongside Upset. Easy work done. 3,000 gold lead just to show you where this game's at now. 10 seconds till the Dragon Betty. Upset a little bit low alongside Bloody, worth considering if that makes a difference in this upcoming fight.
Poke coming through from Sam B. Paris on the flank. Ultimate used, but he doesn't actually connect onto anyone, Paris.
Oh, but they also use Bloody's ulti. Bloody's ulti onto a Rakan. He's now out for now. Razork's also separated, but Sam D is in the hot pot once again. Melting slowly as Paris the first to go. And Sam D dealing with Razork ain't what you wanted. All mates are now separated as well. It looked like a good start, but Fnatic just took apart the pieces. Ulti from Relech. He tried to find a way back in himself. He's going to flash on Upset, but get one shot. A full-blown ace, and in very Fnatic fashion, they have taken back this game.
In unbelievable fashion, Fnatic fight their way back into the game off of a single Navi mistake around Baron. They will get a clean ace onto Navi, and they'll look to get their second win of the first week of LEC.
In very impressive fashion. Navi has this game in the palm of their hands, and you're right, it was one single mistake. The Fnatic now shut their mouth. They're going to end the first week of LEC Versus 2-1 and recover from their loss against SK. Well done to Fnatic.